From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, June the 13th, 2017. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responded today to charges from terror group Hamas over the Israeli cabinet's decision to reduce the supply of electricity to Gaza. As we reported to you yesterday, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas had asked Israel to lower the power supply in an effort to put pressure on Hamas. The terror group later threatened Abbas and Israel over the decision. Today, Netanyahu clarified that this was an internal Palestinian issue and not any statement on Israel's part. He said, "I want to make clear that Israel has no interest in escalation and any other interpretation is incorrect." Adding that, "But we do have an interest in security and our policies on security are clear and have not changed." Meanwhile, the Secretary General of the Red Crescent Society of the United Arab Emirates accused Hamas of trying to stop the distribution of humanitarian aid in the Gaza Strip during Operation Protective Edge. Mohammed Atiq al-Falahi remarked on Hamas's actions during the war in 2014, where he said that Hamas provoked Israeli forces by firing rockets from a field hospital where the group's staff were stationed, causing Israel to then fire on the hospital in response, which prevented aid from getting to Gaza residents. Al-Falahi said they always claim the enemy targets humanitarian envoys, but the betrayal came from them, referring to Hamas. Israel and New Zealand have restored ties. The two countries were at odds after New Zealand co-sponsored the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2334 against Israeli settlements in December of last year, after which Israel withdrew its ambassador to the country. But this week, New Zealand's Prime Minister Bill English wrote a letter to Prime Minister Netanyahu in which he said he regretted the damage that was done to Israeli-New Zealand relations as a result of the vote. The two also spoke over the phone, after which Netanyahu directed the foreign ministry to restore Israel's diplomatic presence in New Zealand. The Jerusalem Post reports that Israel will likely conduct a joint test of its Arrow 3 intercontinental ballistic missile defense system next year in Alaska. The exercise will reportedly be held in cooperation with the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, or MDA, on the Alaskan island of Kodiak. This is said to be the first time that such a test will take place outside of Israel. Head of the MDA, U.S. Navy Vice Admiral James Searing, was cited telling a congressional meeting last week about the joint test, saying that one of the better places to test is in Alaska from Kodiak, and we intend to do that next year. CEO of Alaska Aerospace Corps, Craig Campbell, however, said that the deal was not yet final. He is quoted by Alaska's KTOO News as saying that the Missile Defense Agency has approached us about doing the Israeli program out of Kodiak, and we are in the process of negotiating that contract today. A former president of the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, Lionel Kaplan, has died. Kaplan was also board chairman of the pro-Israel lobby and contributed greatly to strengthening the U.S.-Israel relationship. He was a board member of the Association of Jewish Federations of New Jersey as well, and was involved in the United Jewish Appeal National Young Leadership Cabinet and served as president of the Princeton Mercer Bucks UJA Federation. He died last week at the age of 69. Well, a Palestinian movie theater has reportedly banned the showing of the blockbuster superhero film Wonder Woman because its lead actress Gal Gadot is Israeli. Local Ramallah newspaper Al Hadath reported on Sunday that Ramallah Cinema Burj Palestine said it would not show the film due to the, quote, political reasons related to the Israeli occupation and the Israeli actress starring in the film, unquote. This follows decisions from Lebanon and from Tunisia to ban the film, and Jordan was reportedly considering a boycott as well. IDF Major General Yoav Mordechai, who serves as coordinator of government activities in the territories, or COGAT, wrote on Facebook in response to the Palestinian report that it seems that the Burj Palestine cinema cannot separate political posturing and entertainment, adding that boycotting the film shows only weakness and fear. Gal Gadot served in the IDF and often speaks with pride about her being an Israeli. The film has received excellent reviews and is doing extremely well at the box office. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, June the 13th at 7 o'clock, the editor-in-chief of Haaretz, Aluf Ben, talks about liberal Zionism with journalist Linda Scherzer. At 8, Executive Director of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, looks back at the 1967 Six-Day War from AJC Westchester Fairfield's annual gala celebration. At 8:30 tonight, retired IDF Colonel Kobi Marom talks about the precarious situation along Israel's borders with Lebanon and Syria at Bethel Synagogue Center in New Rochelle, New York. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Ken Abramowitz on L'chaim, and at 10, New York Times columnist Bret Stephens and the senior editor of The Atlantic, Peter Beinart, debate the future relationship between Israel and American Jewry, moderated by Rabbi David Ellenson from Congregation Rodef Shalom in New York City. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's In the News with Mark Golub. Tonight, Mark speaks with David Efun from the Allgemeiner about a recent controversial ad that ran in the Jewish Forward. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, June the 13th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.